My name is Bonnie Schow, and I live in Detroit, Michigan. I am a descendant of the Nance family. My particular branch of the Nance family goes back to 14 enslavers, at least. Um, many of them uh, had large tobacco farms in colonial Virginia. I first found out about this about 20 years ago. I was around 40 years old, in my 40s. My aunt was working on genealogy, and she had made a booklet, and in it was a copy of the will of Reuben Nance, my 5 times great-grandfather. In his will, he bequeathed a number of enslaved people to his wife and children. I was not happy to see that, of course, but it felt distant from me. I felt really disconnected from that. I had never learned anything about slavery in school and its impact on this country, on my family, or even on my own life. Uh, so a number of years later, I also became interested in genealogy research, and as I was tracing my family history back, found more and more enslavers, and one of them was a man named John Williams. He, his daughter actually married Reuben Nance. He died in 1772, and his family was fighting over his estate for many, many years in Virginia Chancery Court. And in some of the documents relating to that Chancery Court case, there are testimonies, and some people testified that John Williams' son, James Williams, in a conversation had made the comment, "We may as well sell Amy for the money and pay for the land, since the loss of the land would be worse to us than the loss of Amy." That statement was a real gut punch for me, and that they thought it through and made a calculated decision that the land was more important than this woman's life. It really hit me hard. Also, I think because I have a sister named Amy, it connected with me more. So I started learning about slavery. I read books, I listened to podcasts, I listened to TED Talks, I joined some online groups looking towards racial justice and racial reconciliation. And during this whole time, I also was continuing to work on genealogy. I got pretty good at genealogy. I'm not as good as Dr. Henry Louis Gates Jr., but I'm a pretty good genealogist. People have hired me to trace their family trees, and I have made a decision to do genealogy work for Black families for free. It's just one tiny way that I can give something back. Of course, I can never do enough to make up for what my enslaving ancestors did, and I think that needs to be acknowledged. And I think that Amy and the other enslaved people that worked for my ancestors, I owe it to them to look at the truth of slavery and to learn about it, and to realize how it affected our country and my family, and even to this day, myself. Thank you.